Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking for Monday. Oh, we've gone a bit dark on the screen. I hope you're all well and I hope everyone had, well mostly all around the world, had a wonderful weekend. I did a fly walk which was very high, trying to manage my fear of heights, which I did extremely well, although it was a bit challenging. Next week I'm going to do zip lining, so that's going to really push the boundaries for me. All right, Monday morning. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are interested in a personal reading with me, life coaching, or joining us for classes, all of the details are in the box below. And if you're unsure, you can whip over to the Aussie Goddess Facebook page, like my page, and everything is pinned to the top there. I'm in the process of reviewing some things. My t-shirts are on their way. I already have a number of them, but they're very small sizes, so I've decided not to push them ahead until I get the bigger sizes. Not really sure what else is going on this week. I'll have to wait till I check my diary. I've been out all weekend, so it's a very different lifestyle for me. I'm a little bit challenged by the changes that are happening. And we're going to use the Wizard's Tarot today for your reading. I do seem to be a little bit all over the place this morning, but I'm ready to go. All right, let's start. Oh, I'm loving this. Straight up, straight out of the gate, the Justice card. And it was funny because I'd been thinking about this lot at the end of last week. You know, how karma works. And I did post something on my page to talk about how karma works. Because a lot of people sort of think it's, you know, you kick my dog, I kick your dog back, or someone else kicks your dog back. And it's not like that. Karma is very much about us. It's not about what happens to other people. It's about how we treat people, how much love we give out to the world, what we put in. And that is what's returned to us. If you're not putting good things out to the world, or you're not doing what you need to be doing in terms of your own personal karma, then that is what's returned to you. But I posted something very intense, because there are, I think, 12 rules, or 12, I don't even know if you call them rules, 12 ideas around karma. But anyway, that's on my Facebook page somewhere. If you're unsure, let me know and I'm happy to send it to you. So the Justice card talks about legal justice as well. So whether it's legal justice or whether it's karma, the idea is, you know, things aren't always done in a way that they return to you in a way that you deserve. And that's sort of injustice. But when the Justice card comes out, it says something is about to be returned to you or moved to you, or something's about to be cleared within the universe, straightened out, whatever you'd like to see it as, because of what you've put in. And sometimes that can mean things like, you know, finally getting the job that you went for in the first place but didn't get for whatever reason. Finally being able to buy the house you've always wanted, because perhaps you didn't have the finances to do that before, because somebody may have done the wrong thing by you. So it could be a lot of things, but if you're waiting on a legal settlement, this is usually when it is coming through. There is some sort of change here being, I want to say, instigated by the universe. So it's like the universe is taking over now, and it's pushing something to take effect, or put something right. Let's see where we're going. Okay, so we've got the Four of Cups here. And the Four of Cups is a card of disappointment, disillusionment. So maybe you've been waiting for something for a long while. You could have been in the midst of a settlement, you know, and you may have got a couple of offers, and this is maybe, you know, the time now where you're thinking, you know, I've already, you know, said no to a couple of offers, and finally somebody's coming around to put something in place here. The Four of Cups is very much the card of boredom in Yui. Sort of that feeling that you've been offered sort of something before and it really hasn't suited what you've wanted or what you felt that you deserved. But something's coming around here. All right, so for some of you, this could have to do with work. It could have to do with a work situation. Maybe you've lodged some sort of claim at work. But there's something about work here. And the end of a cycle with the Ten of Wands, and you're coming up the Nine of Pentacles. Well, that's a really straightforward little intro, really, because something that you have been waiting on, or something that needed to be changed or shifted in the universe, is finally about to take place. And because of that, you are stepping into this energy of feeling very comfortable in your own skin, very happy where you are, very content, feeling financially secure. That Nine of Pentacles really says it all. That's a beautiful little opening for Monday morning. It's like just desserts right there. Look at this. I love it. The Magician coming through. So it's that whole story, as I always say, when you've cleared up something, it looks to me like some sort of cycle's completing, some sort of karma is being readjusted, let's say that, because we're always working on our own personal karma, no matter which way we do it. Something is readjusting here in the universe, and it's allowing you now to manifest. So you've cleared something out of your energy that perhaps you've carried around for a long time. So say, for example, it's so hot here, my back is absolutely just dripping with sweat, and I haven't had a chance to set up the air conditioner. Well, I've been a bit lazy because it hasn't been so hot. But I can feel I need it this morning. Holy dooly, it's hot in here. Nelly. The Magician will start to show its face. This card will start to show its face when you've got yourself to a point where your vibration is matching what you want to manifest. The Magician is the master manifester. It says you have everything you need to now manifest what you want. So somehow or another, something has shifted here. It's like the energy has shifted now. And because it's shifted, it's putting you in this position now of being able to manifest what you want. And maybe while you've been in that energy up until now, you've been in that Four of Cups energy, which means that you've been dissatisfied, unhappy, bored. That will all bring your vibration down. So something is being put in place here to raise your vibration up so that you can manifest what you want. So that's beautiful. Some of you vibrating very, very high right now. Oh, look at that. Did it exactly right. All right, Wheel of Fortune coming through. Perfect. So the wheel is now turning in your favor. So what the universe is saying here now is you've either put something right in the universe yourself. Something has been put right in the universe for you here. Oh, wow. I'm really drawn to the Pentacles on these cards today. Look at this. There is something very, there is something aligning here for you. Something aligning for you. Something coming into a line. If your vibration's really low, if you're not, content, happy, doing the work you need to on yourself, understanding your own way of doing things, what starts to happen is you put yourself off kilter. And if you're off kilter, then you vibrate lower than you should be. And as human beings, we should be vibrating very high. But the everyday, somebody said something to me the other day. Can I remember what it was? No, I'll see if I can remember as the reading goes on. But this whole idea of, it was somebody like Brené Brown who was talking about, how generally we are more unhappy with our lives than happy with our lives. And when you're in that energy, if you're unhappy with who you are, unhappy in your life, you bring your vibration down. And then what starts to happen is you operate outside of your own sphere of reference. So it means that you start to pull other people, other situations down to make yourself feel more energized. When you're investing that energy in yourself, you become a better version of who you are. So you raise your own vibration, which is what is happening here. Because you're changing something in the universe here and completing a cycle. There we go. Wow, all three major arcanas on the table this morning, guys. That's just huge. There's a cycle completing. Something you've been working towards here is about to complete. And I feel like for many of you now, you've cast off some sort of, I would like to think, reading this, that you've cast off some sort of energy that's been holding you back here. Because I feel like you're moving forward very, very potently with this Magician and releasing something here. Releasing old ways of doing things, old ways of being, old ways of seeing things. You're letting go of something. Maybe for some of you here, because this is a soul contract. I always see in this deck, it's a contract you've made with the universe. So somewhere around here in your Akashic records, or before you came into this life, you've agreed to do something a certain way so you could learn from it. And this is completing big time here. This is absolutely beautiful. All right, then we have the Four of Wands coming through with the Chariot. Oh, lots of major arcanas here today, and the King of Cups. This is really interesting energy here. The Four of Wands, the Chariot, and the King of Cups. You could be completing a cycle with a water sign. You could be completing a cycle with a water sign. Perhaps you and somebody you have been around, possibly a Cancer, have been working through some sort of energy here. Because there's stability that's coming from this situation. Perhaps somebody has been around you here to teach you something big. Because there's forward movement now after a period of pausing. But I also see in this King of Cups this energy of self-love. So maybe some of you have learnt how to love yourself. Let's just put some more cards down. All right, so I have the Five of Cups. Some of you just letting go of the past here. Knight of Pentacles coming through with the King of Swords. Wow, okay, that is really high potency energy coming through right here. I feel that this King of Swords is your energy. This is like you standing up now and saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take the sword. I'm ready to cut things out. I'm ready to forge ahead in my life, take control of what I need to take control of, and I am ready. That's the feeling I get here. I feel like something has been a long time. Goodness gracious, long term or long time. Something has been on a very big karmic cycle here. And I see the pentacles all over the place today. So for some of you, this is definitely about your finances. Maybe for some of you, you haven't been able to accumulate wealth. Maybe some of you are waiting for some sort of court case to come to fruition. So you've got money in your pocket again. If this is any of the things you're waiting for in terms of material goods or money, that has been a slow process, but the universe is saying, despite your sadness, your dissatisfaction, you're about to be rewarded here. Something is moving very, very quickly towards you. For others of you, if you've been interested in a love interest, you had to close out some sort of cycle first before this could come forward. So it sort of gives rise to some of the people waiting on relationships to come towards them. I feel like this is now going to be the time that you've worked off any energies that have been holding you back. But there's very, very strong feeling here that you are taking on this energy of the King of Swords. You're like ready for this, whatever it is. Okay, so I strongly see something being closed out by the universe, something being finished here. I feel like you've been very dissatisfied with the way things are going. Now, for some of you, it could be a work contract. But for others of you, I feel that you've worked really hard on something to bring yourself around. You may have worked very hard on understanding your own karma, about putting good out to the universe, about loving, about caring about others. Something here you have been trying to resolve here within yourself. So you've been very, very self-focused. You know, the other thing this sort of brings up for me is that investing yourself in your own creative endeavors. Because sometimes when we're really lost or we're feeling like the universe isn't moving in the right direction, it's time to really invest in the things that we want to produce. So, you know, this is the time to get into your arts, into your crafts, into your drama, even if you're starting to do work on yourself, understanding yourself, having a really good understanding of self-love, this is all that investment coming through here, because something is about to close out here and move you into this Nine of Pentacles energy. I feel like whatever this is, you're taking up the sword here. You're taking up the Ace of Swords, and you're running with it now. You're understanding who you are. You are really connecting with your true self. You're not carrying around any sort of energy of past here. You've really let the past go. You've come to terms with what's happened in your past, and you've understood that your past is what makes you who you are. And you started self-investing. It's really, really absolutely powerful energy here. For some of you, this may really be some sort of a love situation resolving itself here. If you're in a relationship where you've had difficulty getting something off the ground in your love life, it's about to come to some sort of resolution here. And some of these things, for many of you, have taken time. Some of these cycles may have taken years to complete, but you'll know they've completed because you won't be questioning yourself anymore. You won't be running yourself down. You won't be giving yourself a hard time. All that's gone here. You are totally sitting in your power. Totally sitting in your power here with the King of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, this is definitely about love interest. There's a lot of decision making here that's going to bring in a lot of happiness. Let me just say, for some of you here, this is about some sort of union, being ready for a union to come together, being in the right place, feeling like you've done the work that was required, because we have the Two of Wands, which means that you're setting off on a new path. This is a new journey that's opening up for you. You could possibly be dealing with someone who's Leo here or heavy in Leo in their chart. But this is the joy and happiness. This is absolute contentment, feeling very satisfied. I feel like many of you this morning are going to really relate to this. Oh, wow. And then we have the Lovers as well. Okay, so I feel like for many of you, this is that energy of things now being in the right place in the universe. If you've been doing your self-work or worth, interesting. If you've been doing your self-work, if you've been really focusing on your own self-love, you've really fully invested in perhaps working towards something or into your work, whatever you've done here, you may now have put yourself in the position of meeting your significant other, reuniting with your significant other. Something here is coming together. There's a new path opening for you here, and it's going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness. Contentment. Queen of Wands. All right, let us read an oracle card here. Oh, and that one's come straight. Oh, look at this. Lady of the Gift. Card 20. Oh, I nearly went straight to the page too. This is about generosity, receiving, and withholding is the negative aspect. The Lady of the Gift brings a message of tithing. To be your ally, she requires you to look at nature and the method of your giving to others, which is all karma. The world is your church. You only need to distribute 10% of your wealth to ensure others that the flow continues. Yet this doesn't necessarily mean giving money away, nor does it imply a direct action of charity, even though the tradition of tithing is material. In fact, the kind of tithing the lady asks of you isn't tangible or material at all. She's asking you to look at all human beings as important in the divine scheme of things and showing others that you believe in them. Pay attention to how you treat people and be mindful of your perception, even of seemingly poor strangers. If you see others as successful and abundant and act as if you believe they have value, blessings all round are assured. Your belief in others has greater value than you could fathom. This alone guarantees your success long term. Remember that you can only keep what you're willing to give. So there you are. There's the whole balance of karma there. It's about how you treat others, how you give to others, how you love others. I'll leave you with that.